And in too many cases, it ruins or even destroys the lives of people who believe they are transsexuals. Now, the great majority of transsexuals are born male. So to try and simplify, let's stick with those born male. Their general belief is that they are women, but by a mistake of nature, they've been born with male genitals. And that's the only thing taken into account when the doctor or nurse registers the sex of a baby. They don't believe they're homosexuals. They do not believe they are transvestites. Transvestites live or like to dress in women's clothing, but sex is not necessarily involved. The cliche is that a transsexual is a woman trapped in a man's body. And the ultimate decision to be made by a transsexual is whether to have the offending male genitals removed by surgery and replaced by a form of vagina. In Sydney in recent times, transsexuals believed they were getting somewhere because of government recognition in the form of funding for a sort of halfway house, a refuge for young transsexuals. But this week, the cause suffered a setback. A transsexual named Crystal revealed publicly that he had turned his back on all this, put his dresses back in the closet, and stopped the female hormonal injections. Crystal is now Jim Noel, and Jim says now that transsexuals don't exist. He says you are man or woman, and there's nothing in between. He also says that he was saved from having his manhood removed surgically by an airline strike. He was booked to go to the States for the operation, but when he had to wait a day because of the strike, he thought again. Now, all that publicity did not please the rest of the transsexual world because they've been battling for recognition. So we invited Jim to talk the matter over with a transsexual who has had the operation. And here's what happened. With me now is Jim Noel, who says he is now fully male again, and also Yvonne Britton, a transsexual. Perhaps we could start with your backgrounds. Jim, what was your background as a transsexual?
A lot of people say they're transsexual, but they can't. There's no factor saying that they can prove that you are one.
But you believed you were?
Maybe I was brainwashed to believe it. I was in the minority group of transsexuals who claim they are transsexuals, and I tried to escape from it. Then I was accused of being a transvestite.
Well, just to go back to a couple of months to see how you felt then, when you were believing you were a transsexual and you were going to have a sex change operation. Let's go to this clip from an interview you did for the Mike Walsh show.
My femininity was what sent me off to realise what I am. And that was in my late teens. Though I got married, I still handled that really well. And it was the femininity that sent me off to believe and understand myself a lot better.
Are you planning to have an operation?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's necessary for you?
Because I don't want to live the life of a woman and have those male genitals that are a big guilt to me.
And you don't think that you could transcend those genitals just by feeling fantastically sort of confident and just in the way you dress and also being honest with any of the partners that you have? You really think the genitals are...
They're in the way, yes.
Well, you've changed a lot since then.
Yes, I've changed, and all for the better.
And you say transsexuals don't exist.
Yes.
You're man or woman and nothing in between.
True.
Yvonne, what do you say about that?
It's just him saying that as an individual, he's speaking for himself, not for how other people think. I'm speaking just for myself as an individual also. I have gone through the full sex change. In reference to the write-up in the paper that Jim had, where he stated that he went undergone through the Sex Change Board of Australia and New South Wales. Well, there isn't a Sex Change Board in New South Wales. There's one in Victoria, one in South Australia, and they're very, very thorough. Very thorough.
You're saying Jim didn't tell the truth?
I am.
You're saying that because you've had it done?
I have had it done, but there is no Sex Change Board in New South Wales. You have it either done in Melbourne or in Adelaide. You can have it done in Sydney, but you see maybe one or two psychiatrists. It's only a short length thing. It goes for about 2 months, I think, or 3 months. But if you did actually go through the Sex Change Board, it takes at least 2 years.
Does that make you a woman what you've got between your legs now?
I don't consider myself a woman at all. I'm not a woman. I don't pretend to be a woman. I am just myself. I didn't have my operation done for the public. I had it done for myself, peace of mind. I just am what I am. I work during the day as a female. I work at night in all-male review. I can do both. I also strip as a female in a number of places around the Cross and out in the suburbs. I'm not trying to be a woman. I'm not stating that I am a woman or ever will be. I'm just myself. I'm an individual. I'm the same as what a lot of other individuals are around.
The only women I know of are those who are born that way. There's only two sexes, Yvonne. We can't deny that.
Well, there's no
in-between. I was lucky enough to get out of it.
Well, that's just you as an individual. You just changed your mind.
What about those who are out there now, out in the public, who are all confused, thinking they're going to be somebody that they can never be?
Well, then they go to the psychiatrist and they go to the sex change board. They get the help from the necessary people, and then they get put on the right track. Well, I'm not saying it's an easy life. It's a very, very difficult life. I mean, you can't go through life. When you change your sex, it's a very big ordeal. You can't just go through life thinking it's going to be easy. You've got to take the knocks. But if it worried you that much, if I walk down the street now and someone says to me that, oh, you're a man, it doesn't worry me. I don't sort of think, no, I'm not, or lift up my dress and show them that I really am a female or don't have male organs there. It doesn't worry me what people think. I had my operation for myself and for what I believe in. Obviously, that wasn't right for you. You've got out, and I wish you all the luck in the world, but that's up to you.
Yvonne, you met me when I was Crystal. So
yes, I did.
You tell me now, who do you think looks the better image,
not a matter of
Crystal or Jim?
It's not a matter of looks. I think you look better. As a matter of fact, I do think you look better as a male. But it's not a question of what you look like. I know some people that have gone through a sex change who don't exactly look very feminine, but it's how you think in the mind.
No, they look so ugly. They can never be something that they weren't born.
But they're being how they want to be.
What do you think of Yvonne?
I thought that she would have looked nice or a handsome guy. When I first seen her down where I seen her performing, I thought, wow, would have been a very handsome guy, that one.
You think you're 100% male?
Oh, yes.
You don't believe that there's a possibility that nature can make mistakes sometimes and leave you left in the middle?
No, I don't believe that, Mike. No way.
Yvonne?
I just disagree. I think he thought maybe he was transsexual. He's now decided that he isn't. He's gone back to living as a male. And I just hope that he's happy living how he is now. Obviously, he wasn't meant to be a transsexual or live the rest of his life as a female. But I don't think he should make statements like he did make in the paper and put that on all transsexuals and all sex changes. It's just, he should have just spoken as an individual, as I am now.
But why do transsexuals resent me, throw it up in my face and self-change back, keep calling me Crystal in the public?
Well, maybe you shouldn't mix with...
It's been 7 weeks, Yvonne.
Well, maybe you shouldn't mix with transsexuals. If you want to stop being a transsexual, just get right out of that sort of life.
You're voluntarily established, Yvonne.
Are you conceding then that there is such a thing as a transsexual?
Well, this Yvonne, he's got itself together. His or herself, whatever she refers to herself as, has got itself together.
But so have a lot of others. There's so many people that have got their own businesses, own shops, are quite happy living in the suburbs as a secretary, for instance. I work in, I won't mention the place, but I work for a food import company during the day. I'm a receptionist there. I work there 1 day a week, and the people there wouldn't have a clue. I might raise my voice in a high pitch to answer the phone, that's about all.
And out comes the masculinity.
Jim Now, Yvonne Britton, thanks very much for talking with us. Yeah, a very perplexing problem, as you can see in that debate, if you like, that we recorded, and the differing opinions there.